Hey guys, how are we all? Welcome to AFC Game by Game. This is my preview, and I'm going to keep it brief for the game at the London Stadium against West Ham United. We go into this game not in the best of spirits as fans, following what was a dismal, diabolical, quite frankly pathetic performance from Arsenal in the EFL Cup midweek. And the most concerning thing about that performance is the result aside, those are players that are experienced internationals that should be pushing to get a starting berth in this game on Saturday, and they were just absolutely appalling, not convincing whatsoever. The likes of Cole Jenkinson, Aaron Ramsey, those two players that you would assume would start this game on Saturday evening, I don't think they've done enough to warrant a place in this game against the West Ham side that, quite frankly, are out of form despite having a positive result last weekend at Old Trafford against Man United. They threw the game away at White Hart Lane against Tottenham Hotspur. Their defence has been very unconvincing this season. They're without Antonio, so we've got to be taking advantage of that. They haven't really got much of a danger man up top apart from Dimitri Payet. The big concern for us is, of course, that Andy Carroll is back. I don't need to remind you what he did to our defence last season. Absolutely ran right in that game, and I'm hoping that he won't start this match. But with Mustafi and Koscielny forming a new partnership, which hasn't been overly convincing at times, I would hope that they'd be able to deal with the threat of Andy Carroll better than we did last season, because we threw that game away as well, and we can't be affording to do that this Saturday. We've got to be keeping the pressure on the likes of Chelsea, Man City, Liverpool, etc. So a convincing win away from home in a game which I think we're going to enjoy playing in. The London Stadium, it hasn't generated the best atmosphere amongst West Ham fans. It's got a big wide pitch, not the most intimidating of atmospheres when compared to the Boleyn Ground. It was certainly a tougher place to go to, so we should take advantage of that. In a way, similarly to the Emirates, we should enjoy playing there. I think it's going to be a game where we should have the mental advantage going into this match. We do have a few absentees for this match. Matthew Debuchy, unfortunately, is going to be out for about, I reckon, 8 weeks following a hamstring injury that he picked up last weekend. We're also without Olivier Giroud potentially up top, which I think is going to be a big blow to us. I think he'd be ideal for this game, lining up with Theo Walcott and Alexis Sanchez on the flanks, but unfortunately, I think Giroud is actually going to be a massive loss for this game. This game is tailor made for him, and we're not going to have that plan B off the bench as well. So that's a bit of an issue. Mohamed Onana in midfield, he was ill in the game against Southampton with diarrhea and a stomach problem. So whether he'll start this game, I doubt it. And to be honest, I don't particularly want to see him starting this game. If Granit Xhaka doesn't start this match, then I'm going to be absolutely livid. He's got to be starting this game. If we've bought Granit Xhaka in for the price tag of £35 million, these are the kind of games where he has to be starting in, especially when we've got no creativity whatsoever in midfield, with the news that Santi Cazorla is going to be out for 3 months, probably 4 months. Jack has just got to get into the team. It's as simple as that. I want to see Granit Xhaka start on Saturday. I want to see him remain in the team from here on in. Possibly, I think Ramsey was incredibly poor in midweek. And he's one of the most frustrating players we've seen this season. We've tried him in numerous positions, and he's just not been really convincing in any of them. But maybe I would like to see him start in this game alongside Granit Xhaka. But to be honest, with players like Dimitri Payet and the West Ham side, with players like Lanzini, Mark Noble, I think it's important that we swamp the midfield. So I would probably be inclined to go for a Xhaka Coquelin midfield pivot. If Xhaka, is able to play balls from deep, if he's able to provide the creativity that we need, that creative spark in this game, linking up with the likes of Mesut Ozil, I think that should fill the void that Santi Cazorla is going to leave us for these next couple of months. Now, my Arsenal team in full will be Petr Cech in goal. I would go for Gabriel right back. I think he was incredibly courageous to come through that game against Southampton. I thought he put in a good performance. If you saw his post-match interview, where he was just incredibly emotional about the scenes that have happened in Brazil recently, then it just shows what a great mental character he is. And I would hope that he'd start this game at right back ahead of an out of form Cole Jenkinson. We've also got other options in Rob Holding and Maitland-Niles, but I think with Gabriel, at least he's going to provide a defensive option against the likes of Payet and Lanzini, who have got pace on the break. As well as that, he's hard hitting in the tackle. He won't offer a lot going forward, but we know that we've got a sturdy option in terms of defence in that sense. So I would start Gabriel right back alongside Mustafi, Koscielny, and I would like to see Kieran Gibbs play at left back. I thought he was one of the better players in the game against Southampton. That's not really saying much because he wasn't overly convincing, but I do think we are going to need as much pace as we can get in this game, and I think he can link up well with whoever plays on that left-hand side, whether it be Alexis Iwobi, Oxlade-Chamberlain. Chamberlain wasn't overly convincing when he came on against Southampton either, and I'm using the term overly convincing far too often in this video, but that's the case with Arsenal. A lot of our players aren't taking opportunities when they come to them. This is a big game for a lot of players this coming Saturday to earn a place in the team whilst the likes of Cazorla are out injured, and whilst the likes of Olivier Giroud are going to be absent for the game as well. So in midfield, as I say, I would like to see Granit Xhaka line up alongside Francis Coquelin. If it's not going to be Coquelin, Aaron Ramsey, we need drive in the team. Ramsey was poor in midweek, hence why I want to see Coquelin start alongside him, and we do need a bit more defensive discipline in this game where West Ham will be playing at home and they will be determined to get 3 points on the board. On the right-hand side, I want to see Theo Walcott, and I did want to see Mesut Ozil, Alexis Sanchez and Giroud line up top. But if Giroud is going to be out for this game, then it's going to have to be Alexis up top. And I think I would play Alex Iwobi in this game on the left-hand side. Chamberlain, for me, just simply wasn't good enough when he came off the bench in midweek against Southampton. Iwobi, I think he was our best player in that game. And it's good to see that his head hasn't dropped after he scored that own goal against PSG not so long ago. And for a 20-year-old to have that kind of psychological trauma, I think it's again, similarly to someone like Gabriel, not in obviously the same sense, but in the same situation, should I say, but it does show good mental character to come over from that, especially for one so young as well. So I'd like to see Iwobi start on the left-hand side, Alexis up top, Theo Walcott on the right, Mesut Ozil playing in behind them. That front four is the front four that's done so well against the likes of Chelsea, Basel, and I want to see it return in this game. But it will be concerning if West Ham do stifle us and we're not able to bring on a plan B in the name of Olivier Giroud. But we've got Lucas Perez back as well. I'd hope that maybe he can have an impact if we do need his services in this game. But anyway, guys, those have been my thoughts going into this game on a Saturday evening. Please do get your thoughts in the comments box below. Let me know your score predictions. I'll go for a 2-0 win to Arsenal. Realistically, I think it'll be more like a 3-2 win to us. We can't keep clean sheets at the moment, but neither can West Ham. So it should be a game full of goals. Hopefully it'll be entertaining, but hopefully the scoreline will be in our favour coming out of the match. As I say, drop a like on this video, subscribe to AFC Game by Game, and as always, I will speak to you very, very soon.